So before we dive in, a couple of disclaimers. Yes, I know I don't usually do these, but with the situation that's going on, the people that we're going to be talking about thrive off attention, and if anyone just like insults them, they'll just like cry harassment and all that. So yeah, I'm trying to cover my back here. So if you like the Acolyte, that is fine. If you don't like the Acolyte, that is also fine. If you're somewhere in between, God bless your soul. First of all, because you sitting on the fence is very frowned upon these days, and don't go and just say anything full of hate towards these people, unless you, because it's just not worth it. I don't condone it as well, and that's what these people want. They want their points to be proven right. We're trying to prove them wrong here. And I think that pretty much covers it, I hope. Again, I'm not good with disclaimers, but here we go. So, the Acolyte discourse around the show not getting renewed for a season 2, it's been something. I think this discourse is worse than when The Last Jedi came out in 2017, which is really saying something. And I suppose it all started with that god-awful diss track that Amanda Stenberg put out, which I can't show a clip of because otherwise I'm going to get copyrighted for some reason. Somehow it's in YouTube's like copyright boogeyman thing, or whatever they call it. So yeah, but I have seen it. It's cringeworthy. I just remember her like dancing around. I don't really remember any of the lyrics. So yeah, it's just kind of, it's like Amanda Stenberg, CNMA. I did a tweet about this. Amanda Stenberg, CNMA, and Colleen Ballinger, they should just collab, do a music video. It'd be funny. That's a joke, by the way. So that'd be pretty funny. And then Amanda Stenberg came out last week or a couple of days ago, depending on when this video ends up coming out, with her blaming right-wing grifters and like the alt-right for the show's cancellations, which isn't true. The reason the Acolyte got cancelled is not because of bigotry, despite what these people think, and just like, just like all the like homophobes, the racists, the sexists. I don't think it's true. The reason I think it got cancelled is because, well, number one, it cost a lot of money to produce. $180 million it cost to produce. Mouth-watering sum of money. And the general audience didn't watch it. I think that's been proven with the Renew the Acolyte Change.org petition, which was never going to fucking work, because Change.org petitions never fucking work, at least from what Change.org petitions I've seen, they never seem to bloody work. And I think, well, last time I looked at it, had 60k views, which that's not enough. That's not, in Lucasfilm's eyes and Disney's eyes, 60,000 of you is not worth spending another 180 million. Would have to be significantly downgraded for that to be worth it for 60,000 people. I'm sorry, that again, watch time and viewers, it prints money for Disney and companies like that. Any company that produces TV shows, views are important. And unfortunately, or fortunately, depending on which side of a fence you sit on, or you just watch side of a fence you're on, or you sit on a fence, which God bless you. Yeah, that's how these companies make their money. So yeah, we've done the cringy diss track. We've done the her reaction to it, Amanda Stenberg's reaction to the Acolyte getting not renewed. It's not cancelled. It just didn't get renewed. And that stupid Change.org petition. So what are the Acolytes fans' last option? It's to try and demonetize channels that they don't agree with, essentially. So we're going to look over this letter, to YouTube, which has been doing the a runaround. I'll just blow my nose real quick before we get into it. So as I was saying, this letter to YouTube, or Team YouTube, I should probably say, has been going pretty viral last night, because of course this happens when I'm working, which is really, really annoying, but everything seems to happen when I'm working. So the first one I saw tweet this is Molly Damon, who is, in her words, this is her words in her Twitter bio, the other half of Star Wars Explained, who I have watched. I used to watch him religiously a couple of years ago, not so much anymore, because I think Alex is pretty chill, but Molly, not so much really. That's just my personal opinion on her. Yeah, and of course, she's blocked me because I decided to put, no fucking way, if this isn't the peak of the Acolyte discourse, I'd like to know what is. I don't really see, that's not me like disagreeing with them. If she took it that way, then fair enough. Someone's not heard of a Streisand effect, which is true, because this will happen if what they want YouTube to do, but I don't think they're going to. But yeah, Molly Damon of Star Wars Explained was the first person I saw share this letter around. This letter, I'm gonna say it straight up. This letter, especially coming from a content creator, is the lowest of the low content creators can go, which is fucking about with people's livelihoods. It's an unspoken rule on YouTube. You do not go after someone's livelihood. We saw this with Pokimane and It's a Gundam, and we kind of saw this with Suzy Liu, which was like 5 years ago now. So there's two examples right there, and I'm sure there are many more. This crosses a line for me. If you're all for an Acolyte season 2, fair fucking play to you lot. I personally didn't like it, because I just found it boring. But that's enough of me drawing this out. We're now going to read this. So again, Molly, I am sorry if I hurt. Actually, no, I'm not going to be sorry if I hurt your feelings. Because I essentially disagree with you. I'm not going to apologise for disagreeing with you, but here we go. Can I have some music, please? I can't afford music. Fine. Dear Team YouTube, last week, Amanda Listenberg, in brackets Shive, no need for that. Does there need to put pronouns in this letter? Okay. Posted candid comments to Instagram about the rampage of bigotry and vitriol she has received since leading the cast of The Acolyte. But I haven't seen any evidence of this, which is a problem that these people have, is that when you ask for evidence of these things they claim, they don't respond to you, but more times often than not, they just block you, which, is... Yeah, a great way to support your claims, guys. Like, take some fucking history lessons. If you're going to say something, back it up with evidence. That's all we're asking for. And if you've got the evidence, can't you just show us? Or are you scared it's going to prove your argument wrong? Anyway, as we continue... The latest addition to a Star Wars universe. Stenberg's experience is not new. In fact, this known tactic was initially provoked by former Brideriser bot news editor Milo. Oh God, Yiannopoulos. Yiannopoulos. I'm sorry if I completely butchered that pronunciation, Matt. I do apologise. Who aggressively targeted Ghostbusters actor Leslie Jones. I don't understand why they're trying to bring a Ghostbusters. I take it this is the 2016 one when it was all female led. Targeted Ghostbusters actor Leslie Jones under the guise of film criticism. Again, another problem with these people is that they find it very hard to distinguish criticism from harassment, which, funnily enough, is similar to what happened with Suzy Liu like 5 years ago. She didn't really, and her boyfriend Steve didn't really understand criticism and harassment are completely different things, but poor people. Honestly, sometimes I do feel sorry for them. Yanni Lapoulos claimed Jones was playing the victim, which again is what these fans of the Acolyte do. Whenever someone says they disagree with them, they play the victim and cry harassment. When she called for action against harassment, the aggressive gaslighting of Jones' experience in however you pronounce that name was then being banned from Twitter. Back when Twitter was still a cesspool, but not much as it is now. It was still a cesspool back then, I imagine. Twitter's even more a cesspool now. 8 years later, however you pronounce that name, playbook against marginalized actors and beguiled into a multi-million-dollar business on YouTube, which has permitted to develop unchecked with the help of YouTube's partner program. This playbook's biggest target, Star Wars. Now, Drunk Freepio said this, and I'm going to echo it. Star Wars on YouTube is a very, very small drop in the bucket. Could be quite a big drop. It's still a drop in the bucket. Star Wars on YouTube is not the most popular content on YouTube. To be honest, I don't even know what is. Probably Mr. Beast, but then, that could be going downhill soon. We shall see, because I'm still keeping my eye on that situation. But yes, Star Wars is nowhere near as big as these people want to make out and how they think it is. I'm sorry, it's just not. That's not me taking a dig at Star Wars, the Star Wars YouTube community. That is just all facts and no printer. As fans of the Star Wars franchise, we have tirelessly witnessed a handful of YouTube creators continuously drive prolonged insults and harassment against marginalized actors and members of the community. Again, please provide evidence of what you're saying, because not only will that prove your point, I am more likely to believe. Well, more, yeah, definitely. Well, it will prove your point, and you'd actually have something to fall back on, but you don't. Anytime anyone asks for a shred of proof from these guys, they don't provide any, which is frustrating. You want us to be on your side, fucking show receipts. It is not hard. If you claim you've got them, fucking show them. Enough is enough. This is in bold, so this is serious. Enough is enough. The Star Wars fandom demands that YouTube enforces community guidelines against prolonged insults and incitement of targeted harassment towards women of color by demonetizing YouTube channels Geeks and Gamers, Ryan Kinnell, Arcade Outpost, and Nerdrotic. I will echo this, and I will say it again, as I'm going to blow my nose real quick. I will edit this. I'm editing this, kind of, but I will echo this, what I said earlier. YouTubers going after other YouTubers' livelihoods, big L. And I'm so glad other people in Molly Damon's replies, even though she locked them and then hid a load of replies, are saying this is not on. So I'm glad some people who like the Acolyte actually do have some fucking common sense. And yeah, again, fucking about with people's livelihoods, lowest of low. Here we go to the facts, which again, please provide backups to what you're saying, because, well, we'll get into this. Geeks and Gamers outright disproved their argument in this paragraph. In 2018, Geeks and Gamers, 390k subscribers. That is the amount they have now, not at the time, which I think would have actually been a little bit better in that argument here. But anyway, encouraged harassment to get Vietnamese / American actress Kelly Marie Tran, leading up to Tran's departure from Instagram due to prolonged harassment. Geeks and Gamers published nearly 15 videos relevant to Tran's Star Wars Episode 8 character Rose Tico, who, look, Kelly Marie Tran, from what I've seen, absolutely lovely woman. You know, not bad thing to say about her. Unfortunately, her character Rose just isn't very good. What's that? Me, separating the actor from the character? No. Did I just prove that argument wrong? And, did Geeks and Gamers, when he saw this letter, did he say the same things that I just said? Yes, he fucking did. And he showed receipts, which, again, you lot don't fucking do. The channel claimed that trans character is one of the most hideous Star Wars characters of all time, the most unlikable character ever, and exists for forced diversity. Now, break these down. One of the most hideous characters of all time. I personally don't like Rose. She doesn't really add anything to episode 8, I'm going to be honest. And then obviously, she basically got written out of episode 9. So she obviously clearly wasn't a very popular character. Again, nothing towards Kelly Marie Tran. From what I've seen and her responses to like Star Wars fans, she's a lovely woman. So I don't really have a problem with her. Unfortunately, just the way her character was either written or directed, could be a case of both. But yeah, many comments surrounding Geeks and Gamers videos can be seen in hateful comments under now trans-lead Instagram posts. Again, please use evidence to back up your claims. It is not hard. And yeah, again, just the facts from what I'm waving my hand in front of my camera. This post is just so painful to read. As someone who studied history at GCSE and A level in the UK, please just, it's so tiresome. Just back up your claims with evidence, please. But yeah, again, I'm going to go on about RK Outpost saying that they referred to Moses Ingram's character, Reva, who I personally didn't like, and I personally feel that the Obi-Wan show, I think Disney knew that a show about a Sith Inquisitor might not do too well. It could have done. Again, a problem I have with a lot of stuff that Disney puts out with Star Wars is it's completely wasted potential. It is complete. That is my. I'm not disappointed. I'm not angry at Disney with what they're doing with Star Wars. I'm just disappointed because, again, I think all the stuff, most of the stuff they've done, with very few notable exceptions, is just complete waste of potential. They have something good, but they continuously drop the ball. So we refer to Moses Ingram's character as dumb and retarded. I personally have no problem with the use of the R word, but if you do, I completely understand. I personally have no problem with it, but that's just me. So yeah, now we get into more bold text. Amandla is the current target of this YouTube-based operation. I have not seen a lot of people go after Amandla Stenberg's reaction. They talk about it and they critique it, especially the bit where she says she lives in her own bubble, which is a big fucking red flag. And then she has the nerve to go after like people who live in echo chambers when she says she lives in her own bubble. Does that not equate to an echo chamber? Echo chambers fucking suck because it's just a load of... You just become a load of Yoda yes people if you live in an echo chamber. They're fucking boring. Echo chambers are boring and lazy. You know, and as soon as Amanda said that in, like, I think it was like in the first minute of her response to the Acolyte being not getting renewed, that was a big fucking red flag from me. And big red flags, unless they're in Formula 1, I don't like them. Together, Geeks and Gamers, RK, Outpost, and Adrotic have ever charged against Amandla. Please, again, back it up with evidence, which they do, but they do it in a very, very poor job. Probably should set that from the beginning. Nearly 40 videos. Can't believe they fucking counted them. Relevant to, well, I suppose it's fair to back up their point, but again, they're not. Yeah. The Acolyte since May. Excuse me, these channels have asserted that Amandla is vapid and narcissistic. You can see where they're coming from with that, because like that cringe ass diss track didn't do anything. It just made people not like the show even more. And then her response to it not getting renewed was just like the cherry on top of the cake. It just did not go down very well at all. The adult pretender, dumb, and a half-black bitch. Can you please tell me who said that? Because not only is that disgusting, I'd argue a little bit. I'd argue racist as well. But again, please provide evidence of that. Because whoever said that, if they did say that, that's not on. Would have ended herself against racism. These channels have gaslit Amandla. I personally think she did the gaslighting herself when she said that the alt-right were responsible for Acolyte not getting renewed for season 2, rather than it being it cost a lot of money and general audiences didn't watch it. Again, the finale was like the lowest viewed Star Wars Disney Plus finale so far. And claims she's playing the victim card. Because they are. She is. You lot are playing the victim card by just writing this fucking letter. It is insane. Just the amount of victimization I have seen from this. I'm going to say, it's getting boring. With RK Outpost proclaiming, "You have never been oppressed in your goddamn life, you bitch." I personally think that comes from, if that is true, what RK Outpost said, that might come from the fact that her father is, I do believe, quite rich and wealthy. He's also, I do believe he's Danish, I think, if I remember correctly. Or is it Dutch? I want to say Danish. These YouTubers also use racist dog whistles, including the angry black woman stereotypes. My god, this video is going on forever. The hate campaigning against Amandla has been so profitable that other major YouTubers have joined the attacks on Amandla, including Star Wars Theory, who has the most subscribers of any Star Wars channel. I watched Theory's video, didn't say anything wrong with it. I engaged with some people on Twitter about it because they obviously didn't watch it. And then, of course, they fucking block me because, you know, I know when someone's lost an argument with me, when they block me on Twitter, yeah. Didn't see a problem with Fu's video. He actually included, again, receipts saying that he was excited for when the Acolyte was announced that, you know, it was coming out. But again, he was disappointed with how it turned out. Same with me here. Wasted potential. Oh, and we didn't finish it off. How many more good faith content creators will turn to profitable hate campaigns if this behaviour is permitted to continue with no repercussions? No repercussions need to be done. They're not doing anything wrong. Here we go. Action required. Star Wars fandom refuses to watch other marginalised actor or fan be singled out by prolonged racist harassment. I would argue what this letter does and why they're spreading it around. I'd personally say this is a targeted harassment campaign. That is my opinion. If you disagree with me, it's totally fine. I would love to hear your argument for why this isn't a problem and why this isn't targeted harassment. But again, going after someone's livelihood, big fucking L and a major red flag. Which has transformed into hate transformed hate into a lucrative career path. It is concerning that that targeted marginalized actors on other social media platforms has historically resulted in platform bans, whereas the same behavior has made provocateurs. Why do they use these such big words? It's early in the morning for me. Millionaires on YouTube. This should be highly concerning to advertisers as well. Are you guys advocating for another adpocalypse? Please don't. We've had that and it didn't go down very well. Don't advocate for an adpocalypse unless I know there was like some twat who said, I don't care if I don't get any money, because if they if they demonetize all of it, it's for a greater good. So if they demonetize all of us, I'm fine with that. You a fucking idiot. What's his name? Kyle? I think it was Kyle. I'm pretty sure he's in the replies. Actually, you know what? I'll fish out my tweet because I actually did reply to him. We understand that YouTube has an important role to play in promoting free speech. However, content loaded by geeks and gamers, arcade outpost, and nerdrotic is not opinion or criticism. It is opinion and criticism. You lot are just upset that big creators and big Star Wars creators, apart from very few, didn't like the show. That is what it boils down to. You are upset that other people didn't like a fucking Star Wars show. That is it. That is why you people are so fucking upset. It is pathetic. We urge YouTube to enforce its community guidelines and demonetize these channels immediately and permanently. Now, that can be turned on you lot because you are doing a targeted harassment campaign off platform, and YouTube does enforce. Can they enforce things off platform? I can't remember, but I'm pretty sure they have done so in the past. Like with when they banned Leafeus here because he was going into Pokemon's like Discords and raiding them and all that. So that precedent's been set. So it's going to easily backfire on all of you. Which is why this fucking sucks. And when they have the nerve, they have the gall to say thank you, may the force be with you, and then a picture of the Millennium Falcon. And then they list all the sources. Again, great move. However, you do not cite any timestamps for YouTube. If you want YouTube to take action, make YouTube's life fucking easier instead of getting them to watch 20 of these videos all the way through. Timestamp it. It will make the job quicker and easier for YouTube for you. But YouTube aren't going to do anything. Why? Because this is fucking pathetic. It is generally pathetic what you lot are trying to do here. Can I need to access this thread quickly. No, that's not the one. Actually, no, I would actually could, like, this is, again, if this does go through, which I don't think it will, tweet here, it's a dangerous precedent to set. The fact that people can't talk about a show unless you say, I like it. I don't like it. I do not like the fact that if you're a fan of something, you have to love everything now. It's a shit mentality. And again, it just goes back to echo chambers. Echo chambers fucking suck. So yeah, Team YouTube did get back to her. And I think, where was it? Show replies to this one. Is this it? Yeah, here we go. This is the best way to sum up this situation. I am pleading with you to take a step back and think about what you are doing. This can very easily get taken to court of law, and lawyers' fees are very expensive. Have you thought this through properly? No, they have not thought this through properly. I've just spent nearly half an hour just going through this shit. It is so insane. Like, this did not happen with episode 8. This didn't happen on episode 9. I think people like this show because it's different, which, again, it was very different. It was a very different show. I was glad it was set during the High Republic. It's just, unfortunately, characters like, especially May, who goes from, like, I want to kill Jedi to, oh, I'm going to turn myself into a Jedi because I'm a bad person now, to, oh, I need to help Elsha. I'm going to have my memory wiped. The flip-flopping, like, the only two characters from Acolyte I really liked, which was Soul, who they killed off, and Camilla, who was actually pretty fucking cool. The only thing I actually liked about the Acolyte were the lightsaber fights, because they were actually fucking cool. But unfortunately now, the cool lightsaber fights don't do it for general audiences anymore. A show now, to justify good viewership and your time invested in a show, is good writing, and good characters, and then action probably comes last. So yeah, I do not think YouTube are going to do anything because, again, the Star Wars community on YouTube, small drop in the bucket, very small drop in the bucket, and I do think it'd be a waste of time for YouTube to do anything about this, and I don't think we're going to find anything unless a load of people on YouTube's policy team watches all those 20 videos and sees a problem with it, but I don't think they will. So that is it for this video. Hope you enjoyed it. If you stuck around for 30 minutes of me just going through this absolute dumpster fire, fair fucking play to you lot. It's been very painful, and I'm ill. So that's made it even more painful for me. So yeah, if you like this video, feel free to like it. Disliked it if you disliked it for whatever reason. And if you like this video, check out some of my other content. And if you like my other content, feel free to subscribe. I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.